So today we're going to look at where we want to adjust our foot stretcher to. Now, of course, if your coach has already told you something, you should follow whatever your coach tells you. If they're telling you to adjust the front stops or the back stops of the tracks or sliders. But this is a good default way to do it, the way we're going to show you today. For if you're just hopping into a boat and you're unfamiliar with the boat, it hasn't been rigged for you yet, you just want to get your foot stretcher relatively in the right spot. The foot stretcher is really going to control how far you get forward at the catch, so it's going to control your catch angle. And so it's pretty important that everyone have the same catch angle, and if everyone uses the same metric, then everyone will have the same catch angle. So right now, we've got our foot stretchers adjusted a little bit back. We want to get our outside hand over top of the gunnel, or in the same neighborhood, at least relatively close to it. So we'll go ahead and go up to the catch with full body prep as if we're about to catch, and look, and our outside hand's still a little short of the gunnel. We want it to be right out there, and it's right back here now. So we'll go ahead and adjust our foot stretcher a little bit forward. This will give us a little bit more of a catch angle there, and we can see we get a little bit further out. That's perfect. Now we got our outside hand right in the neighborhood of that gunnel. Doesn't have to be directly over top of it. Just as long as it's somewhere in that general neighborhood, that's really a good metric to use to get you the right catch angle there. So that looks good. We can go ahead and tighten down our foot stretcher, and that's all we really need to do. If you're hitting the front stops or back stops on the tracks after you adjust your foot stretchers to where it should be, then that's when you want to adjust your sliders or your tracks. With the 4 little wing nuts, there's 2 usually up front here and 2 in back under the seat decks, and that's really the only time you want to adjust your slides or your tracks. First adjust your foot stretchers, then if need be, go back and adjust your tracks with these little wing nuts. Once you got your foot stretchers adjusted, you also want to adjust your tracks. If you're already on the water, you don't have to, but maybe if you're going to be in that seat for a couple days in a row, you want to adjust your tracks so everything's set for you just perfect. The idea is if you're adjusting your foot stretchers and you're not hitting the front stops or back stops, so you're already in a good spot there, then you would want to adjust them to be as far back as possible to minimize track bite, or basically this part chafing on your calves. So say with your foot stretchers in the position they are, that you're only going to get that much compression on any given stroke. Well, then you can reach in through the stern, you reach in through the deck cap there and find one wing nut, loosen that. Find the other wing nut up here, loosen that, and then you can slide your track back and forth in the perfect position to minimize track bite. Careful not to adjust it too far back so where you're hitting the front stops and your seat will pop off the track, just like that. And of course, if you have too much room there, then you may either hit the back stops or get track bite from the tracks up front there on your calves. So the idea is to have the track as far to the bow as possible without hitting the front stops, without popping off of it. And obviously not so far to the bow that you do pop off the front, not so far to the stern that there's extra room, on every stroke, and you're not using that much track, because this little extra track here will dig into your calves over time and give you track bite, so you're trying to avoid that. If you have any questions, check out some of our other videos, look at our website, or drop us a note on the website. Thanks for watching, and good luck.